As many of you guys might know, the prices of certain collectibles like trading cards and collectible video games have been seeing a lot of upward movement in the last year. I think that a lot of people would like to invest in some of these items, but may not have enough money to afford some of these items. That is where the sponsor of today's video, Otis, comes in. Thanks to Otis for sponsoring today's video. Otis is an investment platform for cultural assets where almost anyone can buy and sell shares of rare collectibles, sneakers, and art. Well, not only is it pretty cool to say you own a piece of a rare LeBron James rookie card or a one-of-one Michael Jordan game-worn sneaker, but these items are also investments that can appreciate in value over time. Take, for example, sports cards, where the PWCC 100, which is an index for the top sports cards, has outperformed the stock market since 2008. All you have to do if you would like to join in is download Otis. The link will be down below. They have hundreds of rare collectibles to choose from, including sports cards, memorabilia, graded comics and video games, contemporary art, and even sneakers. Plus, they add new assets every single week. I am personally very interested in their 1986 Fleer basketball complete set in a PSA 10. As you guys can see here, they have a lot of information about the set and about what you are purchasing. If you go ahead down below, you can learn more. So there's a lot of different resources for you to make an informed decision. So if you would like to go ahead and sign up, use the link down below and get your first share free when you fund your account. Terms apply, but without further ado, let's hop right into the video. In today's video, we will be showing you guys 5 sports cards that I believe are great investments before next season. Now, the first up, we have Jimmy Butler and his 2012 Prism autograph. So the Miami Heat have been on the move during free agency, landing a win-now veteran point guard in Kyle Lowry. They re-signed former All-Star Victor Oladipo. They signed PJ Tucker, of course, which brings great core defensive, positioning, and all while keeping their main core of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. Jimmy Butler has proved time and time again that when he performs up to his potential, he can really, be a superstar in this league. I know it's a big word to use, but I definitely believe that, Jimmy Butler has what it takes, and according to Butler, his COVID experience earlier in the season really impacted his play for the rest of the season. So with the healthy Butler playing along numerous other stars, I think that he can be a real threat in the East. In 2012, during Butler's rookie year, there was no Topps, there was no Prism, there was no Optic. So a lot of the demand for Butler ends up going towards his 2012 Prism. So I think there's a lot of great opportunity in a volatile card like this to buy, Jimmy Butler when no one's paying attention to him, when he's back in the spotlight, when the Heat are competing for the Eastern Conference next year. I believe that this card will greatly pay off, given where they peaked, when we've seen the Heat perform where they can. So I definitely believe Butler's a great buy to be buying headed into next season. And next up, we got Zach Levine. Zach Levine is another player who's on a team, the Bulls, who have had a very busy offseason. They've acquired Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan to pair with Zach Levine, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, and Nikolai Vucevic. I compare Zach Levine's situation a lot to Devin Booker's situation just a few years ago. He's putting up incredible numbers, but just simply had no help. But now with all this help coming in, you got another great scoring guard in DeMar DeRozan. You've got Lonzo Ball, who's a great pass for his point guard. I think Levine's really going to get recognized on a global scale this year. And I think, with his scoring, if the Bulls can be winning games and in the market that Chicago is, I think Levine's cards have a great, a lot of room to go up in price. So I definitely believe they're a great buy right now. And they're very low population. 2014 Select and Prism were both very low pop compared to usual, 2018, 2019, 2020. So I definitely believe Zach Levine is a great buy. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick. We got Anthony Davis in his 2012 Prism/Hoops. But regardless, I believe Davis is incredibly undervalued right now. There's going to be so much attention around the Lakers' big three next year with, of course, Russell Westbrook, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. And I think Davis is simply, flying under the radar. Russell Westbrook's prices have been doing well. LeBron, of course, gets all the attention, but Anthony Davis is really out of the spotlight for some reason, and I believe that will change next year. When the Lakers are performing very well, Anthony Davis's cards will be in the spotlight again, and I think his cards have a great way to go up. And like Jimmy Butler, in 2012 Prism, in the year 2012, there was no Topps, no Optic, no Select. There was Select, but not really a base card, not a base common card for Anthony Davis. So essentially, investors who want to invest in Anthony Davis have to go to his 2012 Prism. And I think that's going to cause these to do very well. I believe the auto's a very good buy as well. If you're on a little bit of a lower budget, possibly going with the 2012 Hoops, because that is really the next best option for investors. So I believe that's a very good buy as well. But overall, I believe Anthony Davis is a great player to be buying heading into next season. And then without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is none other than Steph Curry. I believe Steph is a super low risk, very high reward investment. And that is simply because he's already proven himself as a top 15 to top 20 player of all time. He has a chance to crack top 10 before he retires. I'm just speaking off my opinion, but I believe a lot of people can agree. He's totally changed the game. One of the top 2 best point guards of all time, in my opinion. So I believe there's so much room for growth. The Warriors are back with Klay Thompson, possibly trading their young core for another star. Who knows? But regardless, Steph, Klay, Draymond, Iguodala, all together again, is going to be very fun to watch, going to bring a lot of attention. They've got so many national TV games next year. So with Steph in the spotlight again, I believe him being a fan favorite, his cards are a very good pickup at their current prices. And then the next guy who I think is a little bit of a sleeper heading into next season is Kevin Love. And you may be thinking, hold on, he's in Cleveland. How will he get attention? Well, in Cleveland, it's plain and simple that Kevin Love is forgotten about. It's quite apparent that Kevin Love will be leaving Cleveland this summer and is likely to join a contending team. A lot of contending teams are looking for another piece who has veteran experience, who has won championships, and that is Kevin Love. I believe a few teams on his radar right now are the Warriors, Lakers, Celtics, Blazers. So those are all teams that can really help his prices and help him get in the spotlight again. When Drummond joined the Lakers, his Prism jumped to nearly 700 and a PSA 10. And these big names being traded causes prices to go up. Even when Blake Griffin, who was considered washed, went to the Nets, his prices did extremely well. So I think, Kevin Love, I feel, is already underpriced as an NBA champion, a 5-time All-Star, and for someone who's been very important in LeBron's career. So I think it's a very low-risk investment at this price, but a lot of reward if he does end up moving to a championship contender. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching again, and without further ado, I'm out. Peace.